The White House says they can defend his statements technically, but he certainly has sounded tone deaf at a minimum. Tone deaf at times. Let's go back to the very beginning. January 2014, he said this to the New Yorker about ISIS, a now famous quote. The analogy we use around here sometimes, and I think is accurate, is if a JV team puts on Lakers uniforms, that doesn't make them Kobe Bryant. That was the president talking about ISIS. That's not all that long ago, January 2014, trying to downplay the ISIS threat. And then in recent days, the day before the Paris attack and just days before the San Bernardino shooting, the president said this.
I don't think they're gaining strength. What is true is that from the start, our goal has been first to contain, and we have contained them. Right now, we know no specific and credible intelligence indicating a plot on the homeland.
Striking as well, just the other day, I covered the White House for 9 years. The press secretary sits in his office every day and gets all this incoming from around the government. What's going on in the government so that I know what to say when I'm standing at the podium representing the President of the United States. Josh Earnest repeatedly refused to use the word terrorism to talk about San Bernardino. He finishes his briefing and within minutes, the FBI director and the Attorney General of the United States are out there saying terrorism.
They have been so afraid to use that word. They have been so afraid to... I think they seem fixated to me on this was a gun control argument. This was going to be, that's what this was. He put out a statement very early on. I thought shockingly early, actually, after this shooting on Wednesday. It's clear that, the White House has struggled so much, just in its fear of saying that word and using that word. It's been a problem for them.
The president is so deliberate anyways, and he detests the political culture of rushing out and making some sweeping statement about issues until you know the facts. But I think there's something to what Jeff is saying, that politically, in some ways, it is easier for this president to talk about the gun issue than it is the sort of self-created jihadis. It's a much thornier challenge.
And you've seen other Democrats pick up on this, the idea that it's about gun control, that why should people who are on the no-fly list be able to buy guns. You saw Hillary Clinton tweet that out. But in many ways, it's the president's job to sort of, guide, obviously, the country, but also give Democrats some idea of how they should talk about this. And it seems like they're all over the place.
Right. Now, look, if the president could say, he could use all 15 minutes tonight to say radical Islamic jihad, radical Islamic terrorism, a term he doesn't like to use and the Republicans criticize him for. If he used all 15 minutes for that, I don't think any of us expect that ISIS would, drop its weapons and surrender. However, Republicans do say that in preparing the country and in leading the world against this, he should have a tougher tone. We could just show you the numbers. Does President Obama have a clear plan to deal with ISIS? This is from CNN polling just a month ago. Yes, 27%. No, 71%.
Imagine now.
7 in 10 Americans, that's a month ago, say that. And we do expect the president tonight, we're told the president tonight will renew his pitch saying that gun controls can be part of the solution. That, yes, you should have more gun controls to keep guns out of the hands of people,